I really appreciate Solid for sponsoring this video and making it happen. There are a lot of vibe coding platforms out there, but all of them seem to have some drawbacks. I've come across a tool that I think solves all of these problems and more. In this video, we are going to do a complete walkthrough of Solid and build a multi-sided marketplace in minutes. Something that really impressed me was the quality of the product that Solid was able to build. And if you watch until the end of the video, you're gonna see what I mean with some of the complex features that it built without any issue. Here we are in Solid, and I'm going to send off this prompt. Let's build a beautiful job board application. It should have the ability for companies to post jobs and an admin page to approve jobs to be posted on the job board. The design should be clean, modern, and professional. So just some things to keep in mind with a prompt. It's always useful in the beginning. You don't want to give it too many features. We're going to add features later on. You want to start a little bit more simple. It's helpful to give a design instruction and then give some roles. So I want companies to post, admins to manage. So just a couple of roles there of what we want to build. So I'm going to send this off. And now Solid is going to start working. Something that makes Solid a little bit different from other tools like Lovable or Bolt is that it takes 10 to 15 minutes to get your first results. So we're going to jump ahead in just a second so you don't have to wait. But over 100 AI agents are currently working on this app. Like I said, in just a second, we're going to jump ahead so you're going to see what was actually built. But beforehand, let me tell you quickly what makes Solid different from other AI app builders in the space, because there's so many of them. You've probably watched a lot of videos. There's a few key things that you need to know about Solid. The first thing is that the database is not built on top of Supabase. This is something Lovable and Bolt, for example. It's built on top of Supabase. Supabase is basically a platform built on top of a Postgres database. Solid also uses the Postgres database, but it doesn't use Supabase on top of it. So this gives you complete control over your database, and most importantly, prevents the vendor lock-in that you get when you build with Supabase. When you build with Supabase, you're locked into that ecosystem, as opposed to with Solid, your database is not locked in at all. You can fully export all of the code. This is different from tools like Base44, or you can't export the code. In case you're interested in getting a little bit more technical, here is the tech stack of web apps generated by Solid. So feel free to pause the video and take a closer look at the exact tech stack that is used for the front end, back end, database, and DevOps. And again, you always own the full code base and can migrate off anytime, so there's no lock-in. So here we are in our preview, and we're gonna test this out in just a second. On first glance, I'm really impressed by the initial build out and design, but I wanna show you on the left side chat something that I thought was really cool. So while the AI was building the initial app, it actually found issues and debugged on its own. So I didn't have to test it out, see there was an issue. It did it all on its own. And on the left side, it's telling me exactly what it did. So that part I found really cool and impressive. I love when tools like this are able to solve problems on their own autonomously. It also gives a quick summary of what was completed. There's the database schema, backend, authentication system, so users can log in and sign up. It added seed data. So this is the sample data here that we're seeing. It created the homepage, the job detail page, and then the ability for companies to register, log in, a company dashboard, and same with the admin. And then giving us some suggested follow-ups of what to do next. So we'll test those out in a second, but first let's get into the app. So here we can see the homepage. Let's click into a job, and you can see this page was fully built out as well. This is crazy. Like just a couple years ago, this would be completely impossible. It would have taken a really long time for a developer to build this out, and Solid built this in about 5 to 10 minutes. So now under testing, it is saying to register a company. So let's try that. So here I'm on the register a company page. I'm just going to go ahead and click create account, and it looks like that was successful. So now our company is here in the app, and we have the ability to post a new job, although we can test this to see if it actually works. Here, if I try to create a new job, I'm going to click post job, and it says it's posted, and now it is showing up under my jobs. And there was a little notification that said the job will be shown on the homepage once it's approved by the admin. Next, we want to test this by going to admin review and log in as an admin to approve and reject. So I went to the admin tab on the top. If we scroll up on the left side, we can see Solid has set the admin password for us. So we're just going to take that, paste that in, and then get into our admin jobs. So we can see there are 3 pending jobs. 2 of them were created with that seed data that I talked about before, and 1 pending job that we just created from No Code MBA. So let's go ahead and click approve. So it says job approved. And this is all happening. There's been no bugs, no errors. This is all in one shot, just that initial prompt that we sent. Everything is working correctly so far. That's really impressive. And let's go now back to the dashboard or to the homepage. And now we can see under browse jobs, the video creator job that we just posted is there. So it's all working. So the 5 things that it wanted us to test are all working correctly. If I click apply now, so this is what is not created yet. So basically it just says application submitted, demo feature. So why don't we make that the next feature that we're going to create? We're really going to put Solid to the test in the next few features. So be sure to stick around to see how well it does. And if you think that this stacks up to tools like Lovable and Bolt. For the suggested follow-ups, we can see that add a real job application system is the first suggested follow-up. And it describes exactly what happens when you click apply now. It just shows a success message and we need to solve that. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And now Solid is going to build this feature for us. All right, so here we are in the new version. So what we're going to do is test actually sending an application. And what I like about Solid here is that it's giving us step-by-step instructions of how to test things. So it says first register as a job seeker. So I'm curious what happens if I log out from this company account. If I go to a job and I click apply now, okay, so it looks like that is giving us an error. So what really I would like to happen is I would like when I click apply now to then prompt me to go to the job seeker. Maybe that's the issue is the job seeker login isn't working. That will be the bug that we're going to give it. So basically, best thing to do, copy the error message. This is a good example of how easy it is to debug in Solid. And we're going to say, when I click the job seeker login page, I get this error. And also just saying that I want to be sure that if I'm logged out and click that job application button, that it takes me to the job register page. So let's see how this debugging goes. So we're going to test this out again now that it has finished the debugging. So we'll click on a job and we're logged out. Actually, make sure I'm logged out here. Now I'm going to click apply now. And perfect. So we get this notification, please sign in as a job seeker to apply. So let me sign in. So I'll create an account now as a job seeker and perfect. So now I have my admin page as a job seeker. We now have 3 roles. We have companies, we have job seekers, and we have the admin who manages the whole application, specifically approving the jobs that are posted by the company. So this is really getting to be a more complicated marketplace that Solid is able to build, and it's doing it really easily so far. So now let's try to apply, and I can apply a resume and a cover letter. So the only thing that's required is a resume. So let me upload one. So I've uploaded a sample resume, and now I'm going to click submit application. And if I go to my applications as the applicant, I can see it's pending. So everything is being tracked correctly. Let me log out and log in as No Code MBA as the company to see if I can then review the application. And then we can just click in to view applications. We can see it's all working correctly. Here, the email, Seth plus job and No Code MBA, that's what I did. So then I can click mark as reviewed, accept, reject. And if I click view resume, this is the sample resume that I downloaded or uploaded to the application. So let's say I click accept. Application status updated. If I go back to dashboard, so we can see it's approved and it'll just say accepted, and I can switch to rejected or reviewed. So we would be able to have a whole list of applications here and have different statuses for them. Also, one thing that's cool is here on the job board homepage, just to test the search, if I search creator, the search does work correctly. So all of that's working. Something that is really impressing me with Solid is how well it's able to build out these advanced features without really running into many errors. There was just that one error that we had with the job seeker login page not being loaded correctly. That was resolved quickly. But overall, it's building this multi-sided marketplace and doing it without errors. I want to build one more feature, and that is to improve the employee job management. I want features for employers to edit job postings, view application statistics, and manage multiple job listings more efficiently. In a second, I'm going to show you what was built, and I think you're going to be impressed. Let me know in the comments what you think of Solid. Is this something that you could see yourself using? How do you think it compares to other AI app builders? So let's jump into the company dashboard. And now we can see right off the bat, I see there's now a better tracking system for overall application statistics. So we can see how many we have, who's rejected, accepted, reviewed, pending. So that's really nice. That's created. And if we go into our applications, that's there as well. And then as we change it, these numbers are going to change. So if I just refresh the page, these numbers get updated. There's also an edit job page, which wasn't possible before. So if I go to the edit button here under my jobs and click edit, now I can make changes, which is super important for job posting. So I can say video creator for YouTube, for example. Let's click save. And this is now updated. And if we go to the homepage, that was updated as well. So the edit feature is currently working as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this demo of Solid. I'm personally really impressed with the quality of the code that was written. Again, some things that you should keep in mind is that you can fully export the code. You're also not locked into Supabase the way that you are with tools like Bolt and Lovable. And when you're ready, you can just publish your app, and then your app will be live for others to access. One more thing that you should know about Solid is how easy it is to export the code. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So all you have to do is go up to the top. You want to go to options, and then you just click export, and then it's going to download a zip file onto your computer. So I'm going to open this up in Cursor just so you can see what the code looks like and how it's all organized. So here's the code opened up in Cursor, so you can click into it and literally see everything that was created by Solid. So all of the code, again, is fully exportable. This is something that is different from Base 44, for example, where you can't export all of the code. So you're locked in. Whereas with Solid, you have full access to all of the code. And just to reiterate, here's the tech stack. The front end is React plus TypeScript, styling is Tailwind. And then we have the back end, Node.js, TypeScript. Database is SQLite, which is the default for Prisma. And the production is Postgres SQL. And then again, feel free to pause the video, take a closer look at all of the tech stack being used. And again, this can be fully exported like I just showed you. So this is something that I find really helpful about Solid and something that helps set it apart from other AI app builders. Click the link in the description to go to Solid and start building on your own, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more free content like this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.